are watching Where Are They Now with your host, Dianne Hart. Now here's Dianne.
Good evening and welcome to Where Are They Now on Detroit Hot TV. I'm your host, Dianne Hart, and I have the privilege of interviewing Miss Kimmie Horne, an international jazz singer. I have listened to her music. She's one of the baddest young women I have ever heard. Thank you so much for being with me this evening.
Oh, it's so good to be with you tonight, Dianne. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're absolutely welcome. So let's just jump right into the show. Let's talk a little bit about where are you from?
Well, I am a native Detroiter, born and raised. I'm from a family of 7 siblings. With my 7 siblings, I'm the middle child, and everyone in my family does some kind of singing or dancing. But it's only 2 of us in the family that decided to, go for the music career. Yeah, I'm a native Detroiter, west side of Detroit, and have definitely learned a lot from the whole soundtrack of Motown here in the city of Detroit.
Wow, that's awesome. So let me ask you this. You say that there's 2 of you, and I know one was your great aunt, the one and only Miss Lena Horne.
Yes, yes.
Also, you had an uncle that was a part of a group.
Yeah, he did. My Uncle Cleveland, whom I was really close with. And because in terms of age, I mean, he was still of age to where I can talk with him and saw him at family reunions and actually went to several of his shows. But he was a member of the Fantastic Four, which was one of the earlier groups of Motown. And their big song is, and still is one of my favorite songs that I sing all the time is, the whole world is a stage and everybody plays a part. Because I feel like that truly is the real deal today, especially in today's time, right? So that's my Uncle Cleveland. And then, of course, yes, the great niece of Lena Horne, whom I had not actually had the pleasure of meeting Lena Horne because of our age difference. Mm-hmm. But from the stories of what my uncles told me, and when she came to the family reunions, she is just such a trailblazer and such an inspiration to me. And just to be able to have that legacy and come from that name, I continue to sound the horn in a special way. And it's really dear and close to my heart.
That's awesome. What a tribute to your great aunt. How old were you when you got started?
Very young. As a matter of fact, I was so young. I mean, I grew up around music all the time. My dad was a musician. My dad also was an amazing drummer, but he was a carpenter as well. So as we all grew up, even as little kids, all 7 of us, as we grew up, my father would really transform our home into a recording studio. You know, literally, you walk into the front door, you walk into a reel-to-reel. I know you remember those, right?
I do.
And we had drum set, guitar, amp, keyboards. And because we grew up around music all the time, it's like the music really had seeped into my soul. Fast forward, as I started going to school, and especially when I went off to college, music was the last thing I wanted to do because I felt like it was always around. I really didn't understand the dynamics of that. As I grew and as I got into the music, I started to really realize how it was a calling for me. So when I came home for college, I went to school to be a journalist, to be an anchor woman. That was really my ultimate goal. And I came home one semester, and Dianne, I tell you, my oldest brother was singing, and he said, Kimmie, come on into the studio. I just want you to sing background on this song. Lo and behold, first time in a real studio, and the writer was a major writer. He was a writer for Stevie Wonder, My Cherie Amour. Mm-hmm. So with me in the studio singing background for my brother, he had me sing a lead song after we finished the original song. I'm telling you, in that studio, it was an epiphany that happened for me. I sat there and I sang the song that Hank Crosby is the producer. He had me sing the song and then he played it back. And here I am standing in that studio room listening back to myself. I said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Really, I changed my whole path.
Right.
And because of that, I started to dive deep into really embracing singing and embracing what I had grew up and all the things that I had learned from, helping to clean the instruments, when we grew up, helping to sound check on the drums and things like that. So it started at a very young age in terms of seeping into my system as a young girl. Mm-hmm. But then I think I came full circle when I came home for college, my first year. I never went back. I started pursuing singing and I haven't looked back since.
And I know you're absolutely happy that you did pursue.
I am very happy. And it's really funny because even with the journalism experience that I got in school and college, I still come back to that as well, because that is a part of the industry as well. Mm-hmm. Talking and speaking and telling your stories. It really is full circle.
Well, who were some of your major influencers in that jazz space?
Not only Lena Horne, because I knew that she was a relative. Mm-hmm. And after watching her movies, she really, really inspired me. It was like sounding the horn. Literally, mentally, I felt like she was sounding her horn and we had a horn connection. She inspired me. She influenced me a lot. Mm-hmm. But then other singers like Sarah Vaughan really influenced me, not only as a jazz singer, but as a singer. I'm an alto. I have a lower register. Sarah helped me dive into and release my natural voice. Yeah, I think Lena Horne and Sarah Vaughan has been my biggest influences.
Well, do you write your own music?
I am working on that. I started writing at a very young age. And when I look back at those songs, as they are really good songs, they are from a very young woman. So I am a writer, but not as fast as I would like to be. So I collaborate with different musicians to make sure to be able to help bring that out.
Right. That was one of my questions. Who do you collaborate with?
Yeah, amazing musicians. I have an amazing band. My keyboard player, who is my musical director, Maurice O'Neill, he's an incredible musician. He has a great ear and he has that world experience of traveling, and he brings all of that to the table. So I really like to collaborate with different musicians and singers in the industry with good spirits.
Important.
It's so important. It's all about good energy. And I feel like if we can't start from being in a good space, it starts there first. I think that's even bigger than the talent, to be honest.
I think so too. Well, we're going to take a break and we're going to listen to Black Coffee, and we will be right back.
I'm feeling mighty lonesome, haven't slept a wink. I walk the floor and watch the door, and in between I drink black coffee. Long the hand-me-down brew. I'll never see a Sunday in this weekday room. I'm talking to the shadows from 1 o'clock till 4. And Lord, how slow the moments go when all I do is pour black coffee. Since the blues caught my eye, I'm hanging out on Monday, my Sunday tea is too dry. Now a man is born to go a-loving, a woman's born to weep and fret, to stay at home and tend to her oven, drowning past regrets in coffee and cigarettes, moaning in the morning, moaning in nicotine and not much hard to fight. Black coffee, feeling low as the ground. It's driving me crazy, just waiting for my baby to maybe come around.
Wow, what a bad jam. I want to welcome you all back to Where Are They Now? I have the pleasure of interviewing Miss Kimmie Horne. I am so excited to have you on. Let's talk a little bit about what inspired that song, Black Coffee.
One of the things is because it intrigued me. I am a serious coffee drinker. And I drink my coffee black. That really is one of the reasons why it's like black coffee. I'm looking at song titles. And then after I listened to it, the version that I listened to was a Sarah Vaughan version. Again, she tapped into my soul, deeply into my soul because of her rich, warm tones. And so I wanted to approach that song. That was one of my challenges to myself, to really dig deep. And that's how I chose that song.
Right. So do you have any new music coming out?
I do have new music. I have several songs, but one of the songs is it's called Singing Away. It's an original song. This is one of those songs that I wrote a long time ago, but it's so relevant to today because it talks about a shy person or a person that is always being a crowd pleaser and always trying to do the right thing and putting feelings on the back seat.
Right.
And realizing later in life what that does when you let things go and not speak up. And so one of my ways of getting things out was just singing it out. That's one of the reasons why I think that in terms of even stage presence, I feel so at home and so comfortable on stage because I can do no wrong. I'm singing from my heart. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I am open to putting it all out there.
Putting it all on the line.
Putting it all on the line.
I understand that you have performed all over the world. You've been everywhere. That must be awesome to be able to do.
Yes.
I can only imagine some of the people that you have met along that journey. Are you touring right now?
I have been touring. I put it on hold for a moment because I'm continuing to work on my jazz festival. I launched my own Kimmie Horne Jazz Festival in 2016. And when I did that, it started out as a one-day festival with 6 musicians. It was born out of the necessity of me just wanting to share the stage with some of my musical peers that I've always wanted to share the stage with. And so I said, the best way to do it is just to have my own festival, bring in my own sponsors, create my own funds, pay the artist. My traveling all over the world has really opened me up to be able to say, I think I'm going to create my own festival. And I want to have my own unique theme to it. It's like a boutique festival. Some of the world festivals that I've had the great pleasure of performing all around the world, especially in Asia and Europe, some of these atmospheres are just incredible. When I came home, it's like I wanted to put stake in the ground and have my own. And now it's grown to, it's 8 years now. It is an award-winning jazz festival. I've already had one international artist that I brought in from Kyoto. I have a national artist that I've brought in from Chicago. So it's growing. It's a 2-day festival now with 10 amazing performers. That's coming up August the 9th and 10th.
I was just about to ask.
It's going to be in the city of Southfield, which is a major city in Michigan. And we had over 20,000 people last year for the whole weekend.
Wow. Oh, man, how I wish I would be here.
I know, right? We would definitely welcome you in as our VIP.
No, I want to make sure I'm there. I won't miss next year. I promise you that. I will be there. I will absolutely be there. Well, we're going to take another break. We're going to listen to So Nice to Come Home To.
Yes.
And then when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about that song.
Okay.
You'd be so nice by the fire while the breeze on high sang a lullaby. You'd be all that I can desire. Under stars chilled by the winter, under an August moon burning above, you'd be so nice. You'd be paradise to come home to and
Welcome back to Where Are They Now? I'm your host, Dianne Hart, with my special guest, Miss Kimmie Horne, who was born to sing jazz and to perform. She can act, she can sing, and she's beautiful. Thank you so much for being here with me. What a song. So what inspired So Nice to Come Home To?
So Nice to Come Home To is basically because when I was traveling so often and listening to all these songs in between and airports, I was really homesick. Traveling a lot, as a female, I would be over in Japan playing with a Japanese orchestra. Nobody spoke English. I didn't speak any Japanese. You learn a lot about yourself and you learn a lot about your upbringing, and you learn that a lot of times you're out there on your own. So because of that, I had to do it. It was opportunity in terms of real time. It really was some challenging times being away from my home. So that song hit me one night and it's like, I need to record that. It'd be so nice to come home to. Oh my gosh. And there's nothing like being home.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. When do you think you're most inspired to write something? Late at night, early in the morning, driving the car, walking? When I'm driving, I'm inspired and ideas just come to me. What do you think?
For me, we have a boat. Go to the boat and it's something about sitting on the water. and the water's rocking. It's a tight area, so you can only be focused on what's in front of you. That's when I write the best. I'm like you too. I think in the car. Anytime I think it's a little smaller space as opposed to this big giant area. We really are sometimes around a lot of area, which we don't need all that space. I think, yeah, on the boat and in the car.
I'd like to ask, you could give some advice to our up and coming young people who are aspiring to get into the business. What would be some of the advice you would give to them?
One of the first things I would say is now is a great time. It is the best time, I think, to be in the music industry in terms of working as an entrepreneur and working for yourself. With the information age, see how we can just directly get to your fan base. You don't have to go through a record company like before. I mean, you can literally get your business and get yourself out there, create your own TV show, YouTube, and make your mark. That's what I would tell people. I'm still opening up and blooming out to doing more. I think that is key. I really do. I mean, we can create, we really are the captains of our own ship. And now with this technology and these phones and these iPads, we can create it. So to me, it's like learn as much as you can. Keep feeding yourself positive and optimistic things. It's a lot of people that are doing some amazing things out here. Tap into those folks and be inspired and believe in yourself, even if nobody else does. That's key.
I believe that. And when we talk about the business side of the entertainment business, do you suggest they have an attorney to review a contract if they did indeed want to do something with record labels? Or
Absolutely. I do think that you should have a professional, an expert, look at some of the contracts that you sign. It's nothing like having that support system. And you definitely need that in place. There's a lot of information and a lot of loopholes that you can get through with just the internet. It's out there. That information is available. And depending on how our perspectives is and how our mind is in terms of determination and what we want to get, we can get it.
what platforms can your fans find you on?
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Kimmie Horne channel. I'm getting ready to get it's called The Rhythm Room. I'm starting back up my one-woman show again. That's going to be available too. So,
And they're all under just Kimmie Horne?
Under Kimmie Horne, yes.
Okay, so they can find you on any of the social media platforms just by putting your name into YouTube, Kimmie Horne. I look at your videos and you are just awesome and you're so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, you have the whole packet. Voice is just fabulous. You have it all.
Oh.
Sing, can you teach me?
Look, you can already sing. I truly believe, and I'm telling you, I engage all my audience and I tell them that. I say, listen, people always say, hey, I can't sing a note. I can't hold a tune. But we all have a voice. Now, we all may not be prepared to sing, but we all have a voice. I start there. You have a voice, and I love the fact to be talking to you now, and kudos to you and your show.
Thank you so much. I'm on Roku on the Lit TV Network, which is a television show here in the Tampa Bay area. I just celebrated my first year and a half on my show here at home. And then, of course, we have the Detroit Hot TV. On Thursday nights. I'm on 2 shows. I do have a Facebook Live that I air every Saturday morning from 8 to 9, and I talk politics.
Oh, okay.
That space that I kind of talk about most of the time. Love to have you come on one Saturday morning and grace our audience with your presence. They would just be blown completely. So we'll have to talk about that.
All right.
Absolutely. I want to thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity to allow people to know where you are now and what you're doing. I'm sure you're performing a lot around Detroit. You have any particular places that you're going to be soon that you like people to come and check out your shows?
Yes, I'm really proud of the fact that I am the ambassador for Avis Ford. It's a Ford dealer. It's an African-American owned dealership. I am performing the first Juneteenth celebration on the 19th, and I'm really, really happy and proud about that because after talking to the general manager, he really wanted my input in terms of the production of it. And so I'm really proud of that coming up June 19th. Along with my jazz festival.
Oh, that's awesome. Of course, I'll be home on the ground there. I have probably 5 Juneteenth events that I have to attend to say hello to everybody. But I just got back from D.C. from a Juneteenth event that was held at the White House on yesterday. And it was a concert. They had so many performers. It was crazy. Patti LaBelle and Fresh, Gladys Knight.
Gladys, I love
Franklin just had a real concert last night.
Yes.
So that was wonderful.
Was it live? Did it
It was
air
live.
live?
Yeah. We were actually at the White House on the South Lawn. They all performed. I think who closed the show was Uncle, gosh, all of a sudden I forgot it. Charlie Wilson.
Oh, Charlie Wilson. Oh,
Charlie
yeah.
Wilson, yeah, he closed the show out.
Okay.
I was laughing because so much show they had to come and get him and say, the show is really over at this point.
He didn't want to stop. That's Charlie.
No,
My
he
name
did
is
not.
Charlie. Last name Wilson. Right.
That's right. That's exactly where he was. He did not want to stop. Wow, how time flies. But again, I want to thank you for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you again soon. I'll be talking to you because I would love to have you come on one Saturday morning and say hello to my constituents. We talk a lot of politics, but we try and integrate some other things into it. The way things are going now, it's important that people understand how critical it is to vote.
Oh my gosh.
Spending a great deal of time in that space.
Yes. And getting out and getting that vote in.
We got to.
We got to get the vote in. What a pleasure it was to be with you this evening, though, Miss Lady.
Thank you. I'll see you soon. So you all, you can watch me every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on the Lit TV network, right on Roku. That's on the opening statement, talking about where are they now. I want you all to know where our wonderful entertainers are and what they're doing. And on Thursday night, I'm on Detroit Hot TV at 7:30. So please catch both of the shows. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love you to hit that bell. I understand it'll ring for you every time I put a new video up. So thank you all and good night. Bye-bye.